Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for visiting the presidency. Indeed, as you can see, once you are inside, the building looks even more beautiful. Not so. Let's look at what people talk about. We have talks, a round table, you see. There's literally a round table. Not so. So they do exist, these round tables for meetings. But thank you very much. I don't know what would be your interest. Maybe you should maybe make some inquiries or ask questions, because if you gave us, we have a lot to say. We can dominate the whole time. If I tell you what I want the young people to grow to be, what they must do, I can talk until we all go away. Can we hear whoever has a burning issue wants to raise? I'm sitting with the minister here. I'm sitting with people who know it all. Those ones sitting there, they know it all in government. There's nothing they don't know. If there's an issue, yes.
Mr. President, I'm very petrified about the Boko Haram incident. As a South African girl child, I was wondering if such an incident took place in South Africa, what are the steps that will be taken to ensure our safe rescue?
I can guarantee you such an incident will never happen in South Africa. No, never. These incidents happen under certain circumstances. I don't think the circumstances in this country will allow that. But let us assume the impossible happens. A girl child like yourself is taken away. We'll never sleep. We'll never sleep. We'll look for you until we find you.
That's very reassuring to hear. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. President, in provinces such as Limpopo, children are walking long distance to school while others cross rivers. So what I would like to know is that what can the government do to help those children?
That's part of the problem. And when we talk about rural development, it includes that part of it, because that indicates development is not yet enough in the rural areas. That's an issue we're discussing. How do we provide, firstly, transport? How do we also bring schools closer where we need to? It's a matter that we are looking at, because it is a terrible situation.
Mr. President, if one should become a president, what steps must he or she take to become one?
I think you should study. You must study. You must, in other words, empower yourself with education so that you can provide leadership. But you must also try to understand the world and your country. But try to understand the people. Try to understand what leadership means. But of course, the final act is to join a party. Because if you are not in any party, which is your last step, even if you have all the qualities to become a president, nobody will know you. And you join a party, then you work within the party to demonstrate that you have leadership qualities. Because it is not everybody who can be a leader. Some people who make that assumption cause problems when they are leaders. They either become dictators or something.
Mr. President, we all know you are the President of the Republic of South Africa. What I'm actually wondering is that, what's your day-to-day job? What do you do on a daily basis?
If I tell you on Mondays, maybe that would be a better way to tell you. It's an ANC day, Mondays. I go to the headquarters of the ANC. It's not that I don't do any government. If there's any emergency or anything, or some government people, when I come back, they wait for me in the residence. But generally, it's an ANC day. On Tuesday, subcommittees of the cabinet meet. It does not mean we don't do other things. We do other things. President, for an example, has to sign a lot of things on a daily basis. When ministers leave and deputy ministers ask for permission, there's not a single one who leaves without asking a permission. The president must give permission by signing. You also sign bills, if there are bills to be signed, and many other things, or appointment of people, etc. These things come at different times. We also have appointments with everyone. Could be people in government, it could be people in business, it could be ordinary people. Whatever comes that needs president's attention, we do that. But Friday is a day that you spend more time on those matters, where there is no sitting of any cabinet committee, etc. That's what happens. The weekend, of course, is a day people are supposed to be resting. Government people don't rest that much, but they do, you know. They don't rest, because there's nothing that comes that must not be attended to, because it is a weekend. We are always ready. If we were medical people, we are always on call, so to speak. The doctors are generally on call, not so. On a day of a cabinet, Wednesdays are cabinet day, the whole day. We then look at what the committees have processed and take decisions. Those decisions become decisions to be implemented by government. We also visit provinces from time to time for a variety of reasons, to see provincial government, as well as perhaps opening projects, etc., or visiting some workstations that may be somewhere. Normally, that's what will happen to me on a daily basis. Of course, at times, heads of state phone. I receive phone calls and have discussions with them on a variety of matters. Generally, that's what it is. Of course, I do eat breakfast, lunch, and supper.
It's a great privilege to be here with the president. I feel very happy that I got to see the president. I've always wanted to see him. Today I got to see him, and I'm very happy. And I know a lot about the government now. Just look in the lens. Don't look at me.
Okay, I want to give thanks to CLC because they made my day by meeting the president of South Africa, and yeah, this day was great. So I enjoy it a lot.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm meeting the president for the first time. But then I got used to it. And you know, most of the things media say, actually, I don't have this mind that they can be true. Because from my experience, the person seems like a kind person that takes care of people, that knows what he's doing. And now, I like him. I would actually say I'll vote for ANC when I'm 18.
When I heard that I'm gonna meet the president, I was so excited that it was my first time seeing the president. So when he made his first entrance, seeing him, I was so nervous. I didn't even know what to do. I had goosebumps. But then all over, the day was actually fun, interacting with the president, knowing what are his capabilities and what he wants to do with the province, what he actually wants to help us as citizens. And then, as I would say, he's a great leader, and I would really love to see him, well, in 5 years' time again as our president, because he can do such a great job.
I was so happy meeting the president and knowing all he would like to do to the country, and knowing everything he told us about himself. And I'm so happy, and I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Okay. I feel so much blessed to meet up with the president. I must say, I'm very proud of him to be a father and a leader to our nation. At first, it was very nerve-wracking. I'm sitting right next to the president. A lot of people haven't gotten that opportunity before. But as time went by, I realized that he's a very chilled man, so to speak. Like, he's very fun to be with, and he's very humorous. So that calmed my nerves, and yeah, the day went well. He's a very good president overall. I also didn't think much of him, but now I really, really like him, and I respect him as the president. And I think that he's the way to a brighter, more developed South Africa.